Gene here. Again, we're at FireSprint. We were going to go out on the shop floor. We were supposed to shoot a fire hour, like, I don't know, in 10 minutes. And there's just so much going on. We actually have a piece of equipment down. We're moving a bunch of equipment around. And we thought this is really actually an opportunistic time to get out there and just see us moving stuff around, and we can talk about what we're doing. So this is probably more interesting than anything we were going to talk about in terms of live stream, but if you still have questions, please post them below. We will answer them in our next live stream or directly in the comments there. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to answer those questions. And then, as always, if you see something we're doing wrong or you think we're doing it wrong, we'd love to hear from you there too. You know, if we can do stuff better, we always want to be better. So come on out, let's go check the shop floor out. So, coming out here, in our last shop tour, and maybe in some of the clips, you saw us replacing this concrete. So this is the concrete that's going to go under the Durst, the new D4 printer, really heavy, large printer, very fast. It's 8 inches thick with rebar, and that's going to help hopefully keep it really level. And the more level we can keep our printers, the higher the quality, consistent output that we can do with them. So that is cured, and we've got it sealed. That looks really great. Our P10 is actually down today. Unfortunately, there's an issue with one of the cables, one of the sensor cables, and so I don't know exactly which one it is, but we do have Durst is great about sending techs out like immediately when they're down. So we have a Durst tech in the building, we have an electrician here, we have the Canon techs here because we're moving our Colorados. So let's go down here a little bit. I'll talk more. This is going to be installed next week, so we'll be doing updates like as it's being installed. It's fantastic. We're so excited. This is like one of the fastest printers on the market. It's coming in. It's going to be awesome. But so the way we were set up in the last video, we had 3 Colorados there, and we've got our Durst, and then we've always kind of had a second printer here. And so all of our printing was down on this side of the building. And when we originally moved into this building, we kind of figured, well, you know, you want to keep all the printing together because the printers who run the rigid materials can also run the roll materials. You know, printers are printers. They know color and they understand, you know, how to use the GUIs and things like that. And we've learned that separation of the workflows is better than separation of the processes. And what I mean by that is we're better off keeping rigid stuff together, so rigid printing, rigid cutting, rigid shipping, and then sticker, for example, sticker printing, sticker cutting, sticker shipping. And so we didn't really have the shop laid out that way, so we're spending a ton of money to rearrange the shop, which we hope updates our capacity, allows us to meet all of our deadlines next year. We really want to get the next day production on like everything, and this is one of the ways that we're trying to do that. So we are talking a lot, but try and follow with me here. We're taking the Colorados and we're taking this whole sticker setup over here and we're moving it down to the other side of the shop. It's going to be closer to banner. And then we're taking our Zunds, which you can kind of see in the background over there, and we're moving them right off the ends of the big Durst printers. So that rigid material is coming off those printers and we're cutting it right there. We're not moving it across the whole shop.
You notice we still have that Canon up and running?
Yeah, so come over here. Yeah, so we have 3 Colorado M's, and so we still have, this one is running, and then the other 2 are way down there, which we'll go see in just a moment. And so when we try and move equipment, we're always trying to take one down, move it, bring it up. Take one down, move it, bring it up, rather than like, we don't take all 3 down at once and hope that we can bring all 3 back up. Sometimes in the moves, they don't come back up as fast as you would hope. You know, we have Canon techs here, so I know we'll get them back up. It's just, does it take an hour or a day? That's sometimes, you know, unknowns with that. So you've seen us talk about our sticker printing operation. We're actually taking the whole sticker printing operation. We're just moving it further down in the shop, which gives us room to move the Zunds this way. So we'll have an update probably in January. That's when we're hoping to move the 2 cutters that we have, and we're hoping to get a 3rd one early next year. So we have another video where we talk about kind of an overview of our sticker shipping and printing and cutting operation. So we'll put a link to that down below, so you can check that out. And then we have our Zund cutters here. There goes Nick, he's our electrician. He doesn't want to be on camera. No, he does, he's waving. There he goes, okay. Super guy. That reminds me, I just set off for a second and give a little bit of advice. Like, you have to have a team with your company. You really, like, as you grow, you need to get in tight with an electrician so you can really count on them, your accountant, your attorney, your banker. Like, these things, I talk to so many companies like, well, I don't know anybody. And it's, you know, you start building those relationships early on, because when you need them, you really need them as you're growing. They will become your bottleneck very quickly if you don't have good people that you can count on. Good technicians. We have great technicians with the Canon and Durst that we work with. Really great electrician. I mean, everybody. It's so important. Our electrician, when we're like, this is really critical, this is what we need, they send our electrician, and he's the same guy, Nick. He's always the same guy, so he knows he's committed how our place is set up in his mind. And so it's not a new guy that comes in and every time and has to like figure out, well, you know, can I take power from here, take power from over there? There's, you know, he comes in and he just knows, and he understands us and he knows how to communicate with us. But it took us a long time to build that relationship, years, right? Decade maybe, I think we're at probably with them. And but it's been phenomenal. It's saved us so much heartache and hassle to just have him available, and he knows our shop. That's critical. But okay, I digress. Okay, so the two Zunds, let's talk about those for a second. So our big 3XL 3200, that's the 10 foot by 10 foot Zoom. We are moving that to be closer to the outfeed of the new printer, the D4. When that comes, the Durst. And then we're also adding extensions both to the back end and the front end of it. And so that just helps us give us a larger work area for loading and unloading. And so it can spend more of its time cutting rather than using the cutting area to like unload and sort. We're actually going to add an extension to it to sort and unload, and while it can continue cutting. And then we're adding what's called a vector feeder to the infeed of it. So it's actually going to pick boards up from here. It's like a robot, basically. It's going to pick boards up off of the cutter, or off the floor, off of a pallet, and set them and stack them on the cutter. And so our operator can stay on that end. They're not walking back and forth around, and so that hopefully helps us increase output by quite a bit. We're going to try one. I'm really hopeful that it works really, really well, and then we'll get two of those. But we kind of have to get that going and see where we end up. So those are the two Zunds. They're moving that way, right off the end of the printers. So Jason's our Colorado tech. He's phenomenal. He's here anytime he needs to be, and he is local, so that's really helpful. You see Nick up on the ladder. He's our electrician, and we're just getting these two Colorados up and running. We still have the one back there still running, but we're getting these two set up. So by the end of the day, we're hoping we have all three moved over and operational over here, and then the rest of sticker is going to be in this area once we move the Zund cutters closer to the big printer. So it looks a little cluttered right now. We'll definitely do an update once we've kind of gotten that moved. We scooted banner down just a little bit to give us a little more room for stickers. So we pushed them closer to for us as the south side of the building. And that was probably one of the easiest things we've done. But you come down, we'll talk about smaller banners, right? So not the giant stuff, but banner under 5 feet wide. Our banner 2, 3, 4, and 5 feet wide, we run on our Colorados currently. They probably will move to the D4 once it comes in, because it'll run a roll in like 15 minutes. But we're running those on the Colorados currently, and they are, we nest them to maximize the yield of the roll. So a lot of shops will take those banners and they'll nest them on a larger 10-foot wide roll or an 8-foot wide roll, and we may do that in the future, but right now we'll actually just nest all of our 4-foot banners on a 4-foot wide roll, and then that allows us to do all of our cutting of our banners over on our Latova here. And so that ends up being pretty efficient, where it's just sheeting off a banner. And so I'm seeing an opportunity here, but it's a Fotova, if you haven't seen one, it's an XY cutter, meaning it just cuts rectangles, and it works really well if you have a whole roll of the same width. So in this case, we have a whole roll of 5-foot wide material, and all the graphics on that roll are 5 feet wide. And so it's just going to feed it through and chop it off. So once they're cut, you know, the rolls are here from printing on the Colorados. Once they're cut, we heat weld them, and then once we heat weld them, we grommet them, roll them up, put them in a box, and ship them to you. So most of our banners ship in 24 hours. So these guys are really good. They're very fast. Thank you for watching our quick walkthrough of the changes. We'll keep updating this because our shop's going to be changing so much over the next month. So we're going to shoot a bunch of videos like this of this style. If you like this kind of video, please comment below. Let us know that you like it, you want to see more of this. Or if you want to see more of something else, let us know that you want to see more of something else. Go to that video and comment on that one. But that really helps guide us in the type of content we're making. If you want more specific information, we can try and get into some of that, but you know, a lot of that's just figuring stuff out as you go along. Or, you know, you see anything that we could be doing better, I don't get that many comments of that kind of stuff, but I would really love to see more of those too. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Gene. This is FireSprint. We're having a great time.